Assassin's Creed has always been about stealth, with all the hide in plain sight.
The second tenet is that which gives us strength. Hide in plain sight. Let the people mask you such that you become one with the crowd.
But unlike other stealth titles, Metal Gear or Hitman, Ubisoft have changed their style quite a few times, usually for the worse. Origins fixed a major problem in recent Ubisoft games, AI. Of course, since then they have gone back to their original state of being robotic dumbass. But AI enemies in Origins were actually smart. Not seeing through walls smart, those geniuses were right in Valhalla though. AI guards had routines and moved around their posts, like human beings. They weren't very predictable. It meant you couldn't just sit back. The only drawback is that the game is set in 400 BCE. Most of your missions are set in open fields or maybe a small building in between. But just imagine if you had a relatively modern setting with complex buildings, it would have made things challenging and so much more fun. But even so, Origins is the last true stealth game in the series, and going by recent trend, maybe it is the last. RPG mechanics never fail to get in the way. You can't assassinate everyone with one shot. I mean, it's not like the game is called Assassin's Creed. I have never understood that. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter if Francis Ngannou is guarding the place. If you sneak up on someone with a sharp pointy thing, he is done. And it's not like Bayek is a modern day man. He is a trained warrior himself who went on to create the brotherhood that we know as Assassin's Creed. It doesn't make sense according to Assassin's Creed lore either. Assassins are supposed to be men who can take multiple enemies head on and win without breaking a sweat. They sneak around because they don't want to make a fuss. That's how badass these guys are. Anyway, barring that stupid gameplay element, Origins has almost perfect stealth. With an abundance of weapons like any good stealth game, multiple ways to finish the job, smart AI, fluid combat mechanics, it is one of the best stealth games ever. I know because I'm such a big stealth nut that I completed Hitman Codename as many times as I quit Far Cry 6. From the initial days of social stealth to a traditional stealth approach and everything in between, Ubisoft have tried it all. Unity for me had near perfect stealth mechanics. Titles before this relied too much on blending with the crowd, which is fine, but like any good idea, Ubisoft beat it to death with endless tailing missions and eavesdropping missions. Unity does have you blending in crowds. I mean, the amount of NPCs on screen had to be utilized in some way. They're not just there to bring down the FPS. What Unity also had was a button for crouching. That's about as revolutionary as anything Assassin's Creed has done since 2014. You were allowed to take cover, move from cover to cover, which does seem pretty unnecessary in a game about sneaking around, doesn't it? Paris was also different. The map is as dense as a game world can get, hundreds of NPCs, dozens of interiors. The world is very well crafted. Before assassination missions, Arno looks around for distractions, entry points, while most of them are basic, like helping out someone or some group and asking for help in return, or just plain old distracting guards. Regardless, there are many ways to get in, kind of like Phantom Pain, with various entry points. And because the game is set in the late 1700s, the architecture is dynamic, parkour is out of this world good, each mission feels different. Of course, the game takes you to the same location multiple times in main campaign missions no less, and the game is only about 20 hours long, so there is that. Origins has outstanding stealth. Unity has the best parkour system in gaming to go with its stealth. This is a game that literally lets you be Spider-Man and Batman at once. The phrase "the world is your playground" is used a lot in gaming, but this is one game that does apply. You have almost no restrictions, you have multiple approaches of your own as well as the few options the game offers. Stealth is super fluid, you can one-shot everyone, like an assassin. It has social stealth as well as conventional sneaking around like a jungle cat element. That's like Hitman and Metal Gear Solid in one game. Unity has the best stealth, but which Assassin's Creed has the best combat? Is it Unity again? Click the video on screen to find out.